What is the spiritual purpose of narcissists? That's our question for today, so let's get into it. To better understand the answer to this question, you have to better understand what our souls do and why we're here on this planet. Imagine that the spiritual world is like a classroom, and every single one of us who are alive on this planet are like students in this big, enormous, infinite classroom. The purpose of us coming to Earth is to incarnate and have life experience. And through this life experience, we're going to grow. It's kind of like individual homework assignments where each life signifies a different lesson that needs to be learned, and sometimes many lessons. These lessons come in a variety of forms. Sometimes they're about us learning hard lessons through being around other people. Sometimes it's because we are the ones who are the hard people teaching other people lessons, hence personality disorders. When I worked as a psychotherapist, one of my specialties was working with people who had personality disorders. I was always fascinated by the intricacies of the mind because it's fascinating to me how things can kind of go off the rails in such a deep, intense way. While there's no clear understanding of personality disorders from a psychological or from a cognitive neuroscience perspective, there is from a spiritual perspective. So here's what I know. Prior to incarnating on this planet, every single one of us gets to choose the lessons we're going to learn and what body we are going to drop into. We actually get to see some future projections of how life in that body will go. It's like our soul is matched to a host. That means that the major events in our life are already a bit premeditated, and while we still have full ability to make choices and we have free will, the bigger things are predetermined, including things like personality disorders. If someone were to choose to incarnate on this planet at this time as someone with, say, narcissistic personality disorder, it would be to help the people around them learn really, really hard lessons. Now, if anybody's around people with a personality disorder and they feel like they've been abused by those people, I totally feel for you, and I do not want you to feel like this is victim blaming because you are so loved and this is not something that you deserve. And if you have a personality disorder that you're aware of, it is also not your fault that this happened to you. This is something that occurs before we incarnate, some soul decision that was made to help you grow. If that is occurring in this lifetime in one form or another, it is because there is a lesson to be learned here. So take a moment and ask yourself what you've learned because of your relationship with the narcissist. Or if you're someone with a personality disorder, what have you learned for yourself in this body at this time? And as always, do your shadow work because it's going to help you heal. Let me know what other questions you guys have about past lives, personality issues, psychological stuff, spiritual things, any of the above. Drop them in the comments.